So after hearing all that, and then can't listen to him, now he goes away.
Right.
And the time of him going away, so much hype built up around Mr. Story. I mean, I know of him, my family in Baton Rouge. So even though I'm not listening to him, I still know a lot and everything that was going on and was heard of, the streets,
right,
and then all that's going on. So it's like, he's still him, he's still popping. I mean, I wouldn't be like, somebody be like, Boost, I'd be like, oh, dude. But it just wasn't my cup of tea. Now, when he went in there and he came out, the way he was, the hunger, it was like something happened to him that let him know that it was time for him to be who he is today.
When he got out of Angola.
Yeah.
Right. After fighting the charges and they let him out, the whole cancer thing, beat that or whatever. Something, I believe sometimes some of us have to go through something so major in life to open our eyes to be great, because we won't accept that we're great until we're forced to be it.
Right.
And I believe that forced him to become the great man that he is today. So now, when he dropped things or whatever, it's easy for me to hurry up and put it on or whatever. And Wayne ain't in my ear all the time no more either.
Right. Now let me ask you this then. I know you said his voice was high pitched, and I talked to somebody about this on a podcast in Alabama. Eazy had a high pitched voice, I would say, for a guy from Compton. And I would say Pimp C had a high pitched voice, and we know he from Port Arthur, which is
out at the same time.
Huh?
Or they out at the same time.
It wasn't out at the, Eazy, you can still listen to him at the same time, yeah. Eazy and Pimp, yeah. Cause you probably listen to Pimp in the South, Pocket Full of Stones, 90 something. Eazy had died at like 95, I think. Yeah. So Pimp was still around. So you heard Pocket Full of Stones and Tell Me Something Good, and you heard Boys in the Hood. Well, that was in the 80s, but yeah, at the same time.
Eazy was kind of before Pimp.
Well, it was a little before them, but Tell Me Something Good, I think they released that in the late 80s too.
I don't think we had, you gotta remember, we didn't have a lot of people. Like right now, if I was to take Roddy Ricch, Young Thug, all these dudes and put them in the same, I would be listening to the same artists over and over again. It would be the same sound. I would hear the difference between the talent, the clarity, like the way Thug put together stuff is crazy.
Right.
Him or Uzi, I can't listen to all those same little babies, all of them because they're all Future. There's no difference to me.
Right.
I just know the clarity of your music because I can see your creativity. But it all sounds the same. That's gonna let a lot of people not listen to it. So I'm stuck to wait on Cole Kendrick because they're not gonna give me the same exact sound that the person is giving me. It may be different songs, but the sound is the same.
Now let me ask you this then. Most sounds before they go national, they usually be regional, and even like restaurants for Popeyes, then they go big. Raising Cane's, Walmart, August. Music, y'all music cash money, then they go. So, because a lot of people, like you say, always chase everybody else's sound, but before it become national, because Atlanta, back to what you're saying, the trap music evolved, but it's still trap, and they got the museum to let you know we own this trap shit, and we ain't gonna never let that go. So why you feel like people from New Orleans always be saying, get rid of the bounce and get it out of here? And I always like to ask everybody that because I want to know, because bounce is in y'all DNA, even though y'all put a gangster twist on it. Why do you feel like people say, man, nobody don't rap off that shit?
Maybe because they haven't saw anybody from New Orleans blowing them.
In a long time, right?
In a long time, I mean, Cash Money was last one.
Right, and then Wayne changed the sound. So
and Cash Money got up, but I mean, that's probably why.
I think most of the people why they say that is because I think it's most of it a guy thing. There's women that want you to get rid of bounce.
Right. I'm about to say, dog, and be honest with you, bro.
So, and the sound's been around forever. I mean, Juvenile, Soulja Slim, they always bounce first.
Everlasting Hitman.
Males hate bounce music, dog. They hate to say they're bounce artists. They hate to be labeled as bounce artists.
But you think that's because...
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, dog.
You will never get a woman. Matter of fact, if
women ain't gonna turn it down.
Had a chance to get rid of one, bounce will still be standing. If New Orleans women could give it all music and keep one, bounce will still be standing.
Right. But I mean, I know, like you said, free to make bounce and free to known. So you think that's why the street guys be like, well, free to make bounce. Girls make bounce.
It's before,
not even free to.
It's before
so
that.
when you feel like it started turning?
It's before that, dog.
Because I know Kid Red did bounce and all that too.
Slim used to tell us, man, y'all have to put.
Right. But Johnny was more gangster, so people still didn't look at it as bad.
Yeah. Johnny, I see Johnny and my little partner Naughty. probably the only bounce artist males that I know that'll stand on that shit. Like, nigga, I'm bounce on, you know what I'm saying?
And it was gangster.
Been like that from day one.
Right.
No, they bounce, they gangsters.
Right.
But they bounce artists, they gon' like stand on that shit, let you know. Not everybody, you know what I'm saying? They'll admit that they done bounce music, but man, even us, we was forced to do a bounce on every album. Slim said, if y'all don't do a bounce song, y'all gonna lose.
So do you think that was smart that he told
That
y'all?
was super smart.
Right, because a lot of people, like you said, P-Time Mo said this, and I always think about shit Mo be saying too, because he was saying some real shit. He said, I think every artist from New Orleans should at least do one song. Because I see all these other rappers do it from every other city, and they winning with it.
all the time, bro. Everybody I fuck with, dog. I say, bro, you from New Orleans, you ain't doing a bounce song, you gonna lose, dog. Yep. When I try to turn to a bounce rapper, but I'm telling you, you gotta do a bounce song to catch their attention, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do one for the culture, dog. It ain't gonna hurt you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why people really just act like it's so bad to embrace this stuff, but when somebody else do it, they kind of get upset. And you still on stuff, but Charlie, you embrace, and that's why I think everybody love certain places. They love New Orleans because our food, our jazz music, you know, the culture, everything. So that's what make us unique. But y'all rather go ahead and sound like another city and steal all their lingo, and then people like, man, I don't know. So, like I said, besides that, what y'all got going on? I want, see what y'all got. What y'all
you
got.
know, me and Big Boy here, Big Diesel, we put out a joint venture album called Big Boy Album. Okay. I'm gonna let Diesel tell y'all about it.
Streaming on all platforms, so all you gotta do is just type in Big Boy, Diesel the Beast, Lil Yah. And it'll pop up anywhere, no matter what it is.
We got a few videos rolling right now for it.
Big Boy video.
Add It Again.
Yeah, Add It Again.
And we actually about to shoot like 2 more videos this weekend.
Shoot that Sad Tune.
Okay. Sad Tune. Gotta get on that bitch.
Sure, we gonna shoot that.
Okay. I need, and that's a record. That's my favorite record on the album, Sad Tune.
What's the fan? Who produced that?
I want y'all. What's dude's name?
Was it Big Shot?
Who produced that?
I just want to think. I mean, if y'all can't think of it, y'all might think of it later. But I know y'all probably got a lot of. I just wanted if y'all knew.
We just come from the studio, dog.
Yeah. But what I about to say, man, like I said, that's good that y'all got. Like you say, still working. Another thing, what's going on with tech and all that stuff like that?
It's looking good for him. Looking real good for him, actually.
Jay Nash.
Jay Nash, the producer.
Jay Nash. Okay. He produced that too.
And where he from? Here?
He's from Alexandria.
Okay.
But he actually lives in the East. This is his spot. This is his home.
Okay.
So yeah, he an Alexandria dude or whatever.
And what I'm about to say,
Tech, for his Tech, it's looking real good for him. They was about to release him right before COVID had came out because of a medical condition that he has. But they didn't do that because he caught COVID. Okay. So it looks like he's gonna have to wait to come up for parole, which is like, I think like 4 more months he come up for parole. He's definitely gonna make parole.
Right.
Because in the state of Texas, if you pay your parole lawyer, they automatically get you out, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna take your money unless they get you out.
Right.
So he's short. I wanna mention our artist, Young Els, is actually Tech's son.
Out the St. Bernard.
Out the St. Bernard. He got an album coming out. He got an album, mixtape coming out the 29th of November. It's called Young Els Boogie.
Okay.
So y'all check that out. It's
and with the
real
label, what y'all imprint called?
Hard Times. Be Real Records. So we got 3 imprints.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the latest one, Be Real Records.
And another thing before we wrap up a little too, the albums that y'all been releasing on Apple Music, Spotify.
Yeah. Right now,
UNLV classics.
Right now we have 6 and Barone out, Uptown for Life, the relaunch, Keep It Gutter. Mag Melf Cali is about to be released real soon. True Colors is a single. That's our latest single.
Okay. And what your Instagram name is too?
Lil Yah UNLV3, and I can be found on Facebook at Yaphat YAPHAT UNLV.
And what yours is, dude?
These are the beats on every platform. DIEZLDBS.
And I guarantee y'all, before you ask me another question, I need them to really peep this man out, dog. The man, he know his talent. He's super talented, bro. He not only a super dope artist with that pen in his own lane. The nigga fire, though. He engineering everything, bro. He cool.
Really
young businessman. Right. Pay attention to this little dude right here, dog.
And I'm glad, like I said, you got him in the interview. I don't know if this is the first one you had did with him and all that, but yeah, so that's good, like I said, because you still, you know, plugging your people in and stuff like that. That's real.
No
to get a cosign like that, that's dope and
no
stuff
doubt.
like that.
I ain't gonna co-sign on anything, neither.
Right. You can't stand on anything unless it's official.
Y'all see him, fuck with him, bro.
Right.
Network him, holla at him, for real.
The last thing too, before I ask this other questions, how you get the nickname Mr. You Heard Me?
Man, you know, I've been saying You Heard Me a long time, way before 6 and Barone, dog. I used to say You Heard Me all the time. I'm not saying I made it up because the whole city was saying it way back in the day or whatever.
Right.
It's just something that stuck with me, and the way I say it, nobody never said it like that.
They never said like, you heard me? I was like,
yeah, so, I mean, and I didn't name myself that, the streets named me that.
That's always.
They were like, man, you gotta take that lil, take that lil.
Watch this. You said this to me recently. When you listen to me, a lot of people do not call me DJ, they just say Beast.
Right.
Because the way I say it,
right,
when it comes on, that's what you do. You'll be in the middle of something, and I'll be like, and then, yo, who ain't man?
Yeah.
And you never, I'm like 4 more times doing the song.
Right.
And you Mr. You heard me, now you heard me. That's
the streets gave me that name, but I had nothing to do with it.
Another thing I want to think of, Soulja Slim. The song you did with Soulja Slim or something like that, you said he almost wasn't on it, but y'all fought for him.
Yeah, Come Up Move. He
that was on Mac Cali.
On Mac Cali album. And we brought him to the studio, and Baby and Slim like, I don't know where y'all bringing him in, you know what I'm saying, woo-de-woo. So when they found out that we had him on the song, they was really like upset. Y'all not getting him on it, y'all can't put him on it, you're not signed with us. All this, you know, all kind of different excuses why he couldn't get on us, so they shut the studio down. Wow. We refused to record without him that night. Wow. You know, so like maybe a week later, they were like, all right, dog, y'all go ahead and do the song with him, bro.
Right.
So we got him back over there in the studio, knocked it out.
And it's crazy because I think you had said on Vlad too. I think Vlad asked you something like that. You said about he was the Tupac.
Yeah.
And Tupac in New Orleans. I didn't hear people say, oh man, no, he not. Or whatever, why y'all say that? But I was like, Slim, I could tell he loved even him too, Tupac, because he said, from what I was told, niggas said I'm hitting no limit, like Pac hit that road.
Right.
That's his own words. Then I remember on another song, he said, when he said, my jacket said, batteries on right, I'm the realest nigga you heard of besides Pac. Got niggas screaming soldiers from the street. This is his words. Right. So for people to compare him to to Tupac, I mean, I think that's how he felt too, because he even mentioned this a lot of times.
Right, bro.
I believe that. I believe he is the Tupac in New Orleans.
I believe so too.
The crazy part about that is when it comes down to rappers in New Orleans, even though I give him a lot of credit, he wasn't my favorite artist.
Who was your favorite?
I prefer Juve and Mystical.
Right. Okay.
I went from them to Mystical to Juvenile. He never became my favorite artist, but at the same time, like I said, he from my hood. It's this family, the movement. Tupac had a movement that without a label, without a name, without no major industry, no big bag,
he had a cult following.
Follow and ride behind that.
Thug life.
And we gonna die about it.
Right.
Yep.
He possessed that same.
He did.
Right.
He didn't need a.
That's the best way I ever heard it said, dog.
He didn't need a baby or anything. He was like a Malcolm X walking around in New Orleans.
Right.
That if people would follow him
on some gangster stuff, music.
Where he came from, him sitting in prison, everything was real. He didn't lie to you.
From getting high and everything,
that was the real person you got. You can't do nothing but love somebody that's not lying to you.
Yeah, he told the truth.
If he dope, if he rich, if he that same person every single time.
He was my favorite rapper too. And like I said, I love that Soulja Slim had that passion. Like you said, he was vulnerable like DMX. If he was drugging, he was gonna let you know. If he was jacking, he was jacking in and out of jail.
The love that he has, DMX had love. That's that same love. Without no label, no anybody, just who he was and what he done for people when he met him.
That passion.
The way he made him feel when he met him.
Right.
Gave him that power.
Yeah, that passion. I think people like Tupac and DMX and certain artists like that, they got that passion and the people gonna feel it. I'm gonna leave you with the last words. I wish something you want to say to the people or just something you want to say.
I just wanted to add another album that I dropped, a joint venture album called Gangsta Bloodline with my little cousin Shooter. You can look out for that. And
it's out now too.
Yeah, I got an EP coming out, a solo EP with 6 songs on it. As we just come from working on right now.
You know what, bro? just actually recorded 2 songs for that too.
Yeah. I got, you know, me and Tech both got books that we're gonna release together. I'm gonna hold mine till you get home. We're gonna release the books together.
So they're gonna be on Amazon and everything too?
Everything, Lulu.com, all that shit.
Okay.
We got the movie that we working on. We cast a few people for the, you know, play the roles and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But, and of course another UNLV album when Tech come on.
Man, that's gonna be people can't wait, like to say the fans. What's some advice you would leave with the up and coming artists, that you learned that you probably tell somebody if you knew what you knew now to tell a young artist that's coming up, trying to find his style or self?
Try not to listen to rap so much, you know, cause especially one artist, cause I mean, study your craft, study what you're around, you know what I'm saying, but try not to study the same artist all the time, you know what I'm saying. If you're a type of artist that you want to take something from this artist, that's cool. But don't take everything from one artist. You know what I'm saying? Separate yourself. Try to be a trendsetter in your own lane. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And work hard, bro. Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree that when you do, because even with T.I., he loved Pimp C, but he liked the this and that, Wayne liked the this and Wayne get a little from there, and you put it all together and you evolve, but just can't take the whole style because it's gonna be like you a stencil and all that, and you're not gonna find your own thing. So I just wanna say, man, I appreciate, you know, you and Diesel and all that stuff like that. I came all the way to Houston. This
man,
the first
I appreciate
time.
what you done, dog.
My camera was tripping, the shit was stopping, the damn battery never happened to me or whatever, and this shit was, you know, but
I told Vlad about you, and I tell a whole bunch of other motherfuckers. You the next, you that next person, dog. Man, I appreciate it. And it's a pleasure to know you before you got on that level.
You my big brother, man. I tell you all the time.
It's all good,
like you really like. I look at you like a big brother. Like I said, man, I used to listen to my brother tapes and CDs and all that and shit like that. And my cousin them used to be getting it in off y'all music on the block or whatever. So Pocket Full of Furrow, like Pocket Full of Stone, like all this shit they listened to. That was the soundtrack to the street dude's life in New Orleans, and y'all a part of that, man.
His daddy and my uncle was in the same singing group back in the days.
The Mystics and all that.
I just saw my uncle 2 weeks ago, man.
Yeah, your uncle like St. Thomas.
His mama, she died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
92 years old, dog.
Wow, damn.
And he came to New Orleans. I went out there. We had buried her and shit.
Yeah, and that's Jason Mitchell, dad and stuff like that. Yeah, that's crazy. That played Eazy. For y'all that don't know, my daddy and Lil Ya uncle and Jason Mitchell daddy was in a group called the Mystics, and they was real popular back in the day.
Singing their ass off, dog. The women
it's just in our blood. Like y'all said, he got the music in him. It's in my blood, so it's just facts is facts. You can't argue that around. But
don't never give up. Like y'all tell me, don't ever give up.
Never.
I used to tell him I was going.
Dog.
He never believed me.
He used to tell me that all the time, dog. Man, I'm gonna do a song with you, boy.
I used to laugh at me.
You gotta speak it into existence, dog. It's really powerful and stuff like that. But Street Dreams, Army, we out live from Houston, H-Town, Texas. Rest in peace, DJ Screw. Shout out to all the real rest in peace, Yellow Boy too. Badass Yellow Boy.
No doubt.
We out.
Appreciate that.